Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for the weekend, June 9th and 10th, 2018. Well, if you followed along the forecast videos throughout the week here, we see quite a complicated mess for the weekend, and is no longer complicated. We're starting to see some agreement among the model guidance and what to expect over the weekend. And today, actually the next couple of days aren't really going to be all that bad compared to what we saw with earlier estimations. It looked like it was going to be a washout for many areas this weekend. And while we're still going to watch areas for our southern regions, both Saturday and Sunday, I think the northern two-thirds of our region, especially the northern third, should get away with a mostly dry, if not completely dry, weekend. So big change, and this is was first hinted at by the NAM itself, and then everything else as far as the global models started coming to alignment with both timing and the precipitation amount. So those heavy amounts that were shown all week by the European model, gone. Okay, and we're actually pushing everything a little bit further south, so we're getting a little bit more confluence to the north, and that's going to keep most of this activity. If I had to circle an area, I'd say it would be right about here. This is your area that we're going to be looking at for precipitation. So again, northern two-thirds of the region, you might have some mostly cloudy skies in there, but I don't think you're going to be dealing with too much of anything in activity except for something isolated or stray. And again, we're watching for mainly areas along and south of I-76. And if you don't know where that is the Pennsylvania Turnpike that runs clear across the state like this, and it ends up down here in Philadelphia. And then you could actually continue that down a little bit further south and east from that. So north of this line, looks like a mostly cloudy weekend, stray shower. South of that line, you'll have widely scattered showers, and that's going to be both Saturday afternoon, Saturday late afternoon and evening. And the same thing for Sunday. Pretty much staying in that same area with that frontal boundary stalling right over that region. So we were talking about that all week. The train tracks that these impulses would follow would be right along that front. And since that front is a little bit further south, that's what takes out the northern two-thirds of the weekend. So overall, not a bad weekend coming up here. We are going to focus those showers and storms again, mainly south of the I-70. This is actually showing south of the Mason-Dixon line, not just 76. But we are going to include those areas as well for the potential for showers or a thunderstorm. That'll be later on Saturday. And then once we get into Sunday, you can see some showers again. There's right along I-76 and points south, it looks like, certainly south of I-78. And then once you get into Sunday, here is Sunday morning, here is Sunday afternoon. So again, south of I-76, 78, right where I drew that line, it's pretty much in the same areas that we're going to see on Saturday. But you're probably going to have a little bit more cloud cover up in the areas that are not getting rain on Sunday compared to Saturday, if that makes any sense. So these areas, even though they're not getting any precipitation, are probably cloudy, or the very best, mostly cloudy. Okay, so let's go over to the NAM High-Res Future Simulator Radar. I'm starting this off at noon on Saturday, and you got partly cloudy skies out ahead of this. Partly cloudy, not raining. And then you get a little bit forward from this, you have some increase in clouds. This up here is probably noise, just something the simulator radar is trying to think is going to be happening, but it's probably not going to happen. We're going to leave the stray shower and the possibility of these areas just because of that, but I think you're going to focus right down here in these areas, right here for precipitation on Saturday. Again, something stray could happen up here, probably just mostly cloudy. And then here is your activity right along and south of I-76. This is 3 p.m. Here's 4, here's 5, here's 6. You see where the focus is down here, folks. So that's what we're really dealing with here on Saturday. And then once we get into the overnight period, still remains down there across Delaware, south of Mason-Dixon line, maybe South Jersey, and then that stops for a while. And once we get into Sunday, again, mostly cloudy or cloudy in all areas. And then once we get in the afternoon, you have some scattered showers moving in that same areas in the southwestern areas and southern areas, but elsewhere up here it's probably just cloudy, or the very best mostly cloudy. And then actually this model shows nothing coming in at all, maybe something coming in overnight, but we'll watch that to see how that transpires over the weekend. But right now it looks like here's overnight Sunday night, and here's Monday. Could start off a little wet around those same areas down further south, and we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy up to the north. And I think it starts off mostly cloudy in the morning, but then as we move through the progress of the afternoon, you see this front, everything's being pushed further south, and that's because of this high pressure here. So you have more sun than clouds out here in the afternoon for the northern two-thirds of the region. Southern half closest to that precipitation, even though you're not getting anything, will be still probably mostly cloudy or overcast, keeping it kind of cool here on Monday as well. So that's the weekend in a nutshell. That's what we're looking at. After this point, we're going to go to partly cloudy skies here on Tuesday. Here's a look at Tuesday. No activity going on. We do have a front off to our west that's going to approach near the area. and that's going to come in Wednesday afternoon and evening. Does not look like a lot of precipitation with it, but there could be a scattered showers and thunderstorms along that frontal boundary. This is moving through. You can clearly see where this front is here. It's almost a direct line, but that's going to move through pretty uniformly and come through here on Wednesday afternoon or evening. And then Thursday is a partly cloudy day. You can see that here. And we have another front moving in from the west, but this is kind of losing energy moving eastward too. Could be an isolated shower here Thursday night or Friday morning with that, but it doesn't look like a big deal overall. Return to partly cloudy skies after that point. Another system off to our west is going to drag a warm front through the region probably Friday night, but we'll cross that bridge when we get here. We're going to deal 1 weekend at a time. It looks like this weekend is much better than advertised for a lot of areas, although if you're going to be more clouds and sun, still overall not as bad as it looked earlier in the week when we were going to have a boatload of rain coming through the region to wash out both Saturday and Sunday. That is no longer the case. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend, June 9th and 10th, 2018. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.